Ma'am, in few seconds you can start.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, one and all. Hope you all are doing well and in good health. I, Sejal Chopra, on behalf of Don Bosco Institute of Technology, would like to take this opportunity to welcome you all for this session. It is rightly said, worrying does not take away tomorrow's trouble. In fact, it takes away today's peace. So get ready to join with us on the eve of International Yoga Day for the webinar Ease Yourself with Yoga, while you make your mind quiet and let the soul speak. To start with, I call upon Dr. Parvati, Principal of Don Bosco College, to give a welcome note. Over to you, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. A warm welcome to all of you. International Yoga Day is an annual event that originated from the roots of our Indian culture tradition. This year is the 7th year of world recognition of our rich practice. The day claims the Indian soft power to the world. We owe to our sadhus and yogis who drafted this excellent way of living. Yoga integrates mind, body, and soul, it is said. The age-old practices of Yogasanam, contrary to the monotonous exercise techniques, brings in, along with bodily agility, also mental relaxation techniques. Right from easing our normal breathing, it extends widely to every aspect of our life, from body flexibility to mental well-being. It's an ocean. And by commemorating one day in a year, enables the world to spread awareness.
Dr. Parvati, you are muted. Yeah, please unmute.
You want me to start again?
No. Just the last two sentences, we lost you.
Okay. It's an ocean, and by commemorating one day in a year, enables the world to spread awareness among young and old, and to motivate in initiating tangible steps for a healthier life. Last year, on the onslaught of coronavirus, yoga practices have been appraised for developing immunity across the world. Now, with the second wave of COVID-19, need is to underline yoga for wellness. The theme of yoga at home and yoga with family for a safe and secured way. I believe today's yoga guru, Mr. Atul, from the IT line, will train our students, which is going to be a lifelong remembrance and exercise for them. I expect all our staff and students to follow the techniques that he is going to introduce today, so that this is going to come with us throughout our lifetime. All the best, and I expect this session should be a fruitful and energizing one. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Parvati, for this. I now call upon Ms. Sana Sheikh, HOD of Computer Department, to introduce the speaker.
Thank you, Sejal. Good morning, one and all. It has been a pleasure to introduce our speaker for today's session, Mr. Atul Gandre. He worked as a global technology head for a leading IT firm, having overall 30 years of experience in IT domain. He is also an advisor for the computer department, Don Bosco Institute of Technology from last 5 years. He is a yoga enthusiast and practitioner with a yoga instructor certification. He is a lifelong learner of yoga as well as Indian philosophy, and is undergoing advanced teacher training program from the Yoga Institute, Mumbai. He believes and propagates that every householder has a tremendous potential to imbibe yoga in daily life and attain the much required balance of mind with an ease. Today, he is going to provide authentic yoga techniques that are simple to adapt and easy to practice. We are sure that each and every faculty and student from Don Bosco would benefit from this session and infuse yoga in their daily life. Over to you, Sejal.
Thank you, Sana ma'am. I hope all are ready with their yoga mats and comfortable clothes on for the session. Let's get started. I now request Mr. Atul to start the session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that generous introduction, ma'am. And as always, as we start with any yoga session, we first start with conditioning our mind. So without much ado, I am going to request you to sit on your yoga mat in a very comfortable position. Could be a normal sitting position too. Just go back, sit on your mat, relax a little bit, keep your back straight, neck straight, head straight in one straight line. And what we are going to do is we are going to do some deep breathing followed by chanting of Om. Now this is conditioning yourself for that particular session, for the next 1 hour session that we are going to have. It will actually make sure that you are in the right state of mind, right state of mood to imbibe and infuse yoga the way it is supposed to be. You know? So sit straight. What I would like you to do is I would like you to see at any point right in front of your eyes for next 10 seconds, and then slowly close your eyes. And then I'll give you further instructions on what needs to be done. So let's start doing that.
Yes, sir.
Now close your eyes slowly. What we're going to do is we are going to do deep breathing. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. While inhaling and exhaling, just watch your breath. We'll do a little more deep inhaling. Inhale, exhale. A little deeper. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Keep your eyes closed. What we are going to do is we are going to chant Om thrice. Just to watch me how I do it. Inhale deep and then say Om. Om. Let's do it together. Inhale. Inhale. One last time. Inhale. Keep your eyes closed. Just feel the vibrations around you. Very soothing vibrations of Om chanting around you. What you do is, with your hands, palms together, just rub them on each other and put them on your eyes and open your eyes within your palms. And welcome to this particular session. I'm sure you'll be feeling much calmer, much balanced with this quick exercise. Give a thumbs up if you think you are much calmer than before in last 5 minutes. Fantastic. Now let's move, and before I really go into asanas, pranayams, and all of that, I would like to give a quick understanding of what yoga is. Many times when I speak to a lot of people, they have some understanding of yoga of their own, and it becomes a little difficult at times for me to explain what yoga really is. So next 10 minutes or so, I'm going to really take you through the history, a little bit of history of yoga, and see what their benefits are and how exactly you need to practice them as you go along. So yoga, if you want to define yoga, there are many definitions of yoga. Okay, if you look at Patanjali Maharishi, he defines yoga as yogasya chittarutti nirodha, which means restraining any modifications of your mind. So if there are any modifications or views coming up in your mind, how to restrict them. So that is yoga as per him. If you look at some of the other Indian scriptures, they say samatvam yoga uchyate, which means being a balanced approach when you are in pleasure or in pain is yoga. One more definition is yoga karmasu kaushalyam, which means whatever you are doing, you are demonstrating your skill in action while you're doing it, while you're doing your karma. That is yoga. Another definition of yoga is nothing but control of your mind as well as various different senses that you have. So there are these various definitions of yoga which are floating around. However, if you've seen in all the definitions, there is one common thing that has come out, which is nothing but balanced mind. So yoga is all about having a balanced mind. If you extend it a little further, having balanced approach on doing anything in life. Your life, when it is balanced, you're actually doing yoga. And all the various different streams of yoga are actually going to help to reach that particular stage of balanced mind. Now, mind you, having a balanced mind of yours is not an easy task. See, at the end of the day, we are humans, and we are impacted by ups and downs of life. In those ups and downs, how do we exercise the various different principles of yoga to bring back our mind in a balanced state when it is disturbed? That is yoga. And the earlier you do that in bringing your mind to the balanced state, better you are in your decision making, better you are throughout the day, better you impress upon yourself how well you can handle yourself. There are multiple ways in which this can be actually implemented. Obviously, people know you can take either a karma yoga route by doing your work. Second route is the bhakti yoga route by doing devotion toward the God, whichever God you devote to or worship. Third one is through jnana yoga, which is nothing but knowledge, having right kind of a knowledge with right attitudes. And the fourth one is Raj Yoga, which we are going to talk about today. Raj Yoga is nothing but imbibing all the other yogas into it to have a balanced mind and control over your senses. Now, this Raj Yoga is primarily defined by Maharishi Patanjali 5,000 years ago. That's a lot of time back. And the kind of sutras, there are 195 sutras that Maharishi Patanjali has mentioned as part of yoga, Patanjali Yoga Sutras, PYS, Patanjali Yoga Sutra. There are 195 such sutras, which are nothing but principles that he has defined to perform yoga in the right manner. There are 8 different limbs, and we know only 3 limbs. We talk about 3 limbs out of that, but there are 8 limbs as part of this Patanjali Yoga Sutra methodology or a framework to actually perform yoga in the right fashion. The three limbs of that, which we all know, is one, asanas. Everybody knows that there are asanas, various different postures. Second one that we know is there are pranayam. Okay, we are going to do some breathing exercises. Third one, we know, oh, there is going to be some kind of meditation too, you know. But beyond these three, there are 5 more things which are necessary to really perform yoga, as Maharishi Patanjali mentions in the right fashion. We are not going to go deep into any of them, but I am going to bring it forward to you what all those 8 limbs are all about. The first limb is yama. Yama means what are the various different social disciplines that we should have for living in this particular society. Second one is niyama, which is personal discipline. What disciplines I should have to behave in the right fashion, the way I am expecting myself to behave. There are some 5 ways of doing it. I'm not going to go deep into this. The third one is asana that we all know. Fourth one is pranayam. The fifth one is pratyahar. Pratyahar is nothing but making sure that you have control over your various different senses. So withdrawing senses from the sensual activities is pratyahar. The next 3 are part of meditation. Sixth one is called dharana. Seventh one is called dhyana. And 8th one is called samadhi, which is the last stage of yoga. So dhyana, which is in the middle, I call it meditation. Dharana, which is on the left, I call it as meditation minus. And samadhi, I call it as meditation plus. They are all 3 connected together, and together they are called samayam yoga. So these are the 8 limbs of that. What we are going to do today, I'm going to orient you with some of the very basic asanas, some of the very basic pranayams. Though I'm mentioning they're basic, it does not mean that it does not have impact. It has got maximum impact on your overall health and wellness. It is not necessary that you have to practice very difficult asanas and pranayams to get the benefit out of those asanas and pranayams. There are very easy to conduct basic asanas that will give you the equally in any asanas. So that is one I wanted to just bring it to your notice, that simple asanas does not mean that they don't bring in the right balance for you. They are very impactful. In fact, they are so easy to implement that you can implement it on daily life. All you need is 15 minutes, 20 minutes of your time to do it for one round of it, and you're all set for the day. So that is one thing. The second thing, which is very important in yoga, is you should not compare of yourself with somebody else. Every body is different. Every mind is different. And what you can do, the other person may not be able to do. So there is no competition here. Today, you're at some stage of doing a particular asana or pranayam or anything. With practice, you're going to grow further in that particular practice, in that particular asana. And let it be your own growth. So you are not going to compare yourself with somebody else on how he is doing those asanas well, and how you are able to do it and how you are not able to do it. So that is not the end of it. Number 3, it is not necessary to get into the complete posture to get the benefits of the asana. So many times we are not able to get to the final posture of it, but it is perfectly fine. There is no need to get into a final posture. Your effort to get into the posture that is comfortable for you is more important. So Patanjali Maharishi says, Stiram Sukham Asanam, which means any asana that you're doing should be steady and you should be comfortable in it. It does not mean that you have to get into the final posture of it. Slowly, with effort, with practice, you will get there very soon. So these are some of the very important things that are necessary for everybody to understand about yoga before we even start practicing yoga. Lastly, everybody has got their own capacity of doing it. Please do things as per your capacity. If you think you're going a little beyond your capacity, stop there, sit there, do some deep breathing out there. That is also a perfect way of doing it while we are performing it together. So these are the some of the basic instructions or basic guidelines that one has to follow before doing a lot of these practices that I'm going to show today. I am going to show today very simple basic things that is going to have direct impact on your spine. Now, your flexibility or your youthness is determined by how flexible your spine is. The spine is nothing but something that runs from back of your brain right till the end of your back. So that is the spinal cord that you have. How flexible your spinal cord is determines how young you are. No, it does not mean that you start twisting your spine in such a fashion that you want to show yourself very young. What I intend to tell you is everything that you do, anything that we do in today's world, any stress that we accumulate for whatever reason, any anxiety that we pick up, any negative thought that goes into our mind, in the body, it gets accumulated into your spine. So you'll see all of that into your spine. By the spine becomes inflexible, it becomes you start your backache and all of that. So the root of all these problems is actually your spine not being flexible, because all of that stress gets accumulated in that particular spine. And it is necessary to have basic asanas and postures which will release this stress from your body, from your spinal cord. And there are 6 different techniques that one needs to do every day, which will really relax your spinal cord the way it is intended. So the first way to do it is through forward bending. So you're going to bend forward, your spine is going to bend forward in this fashion. So the forward bending way is first way. The second way, obviously, if you're doing forward bending, you will do backward bending too. So you'll bend backwards. You're giving a R to your spine. That is another way of doing it. Third one is you're going to twist your spine. So you're going to twist your spine, left as well as right. The fourth way of doing it is you're going to have lateral movement of your spine, this way, right? The fifth way is you're going to extend your spine. You're going to stretch it upwards. So you're going to create an extension of the spine. And fourth one is you lie down and you raise your feet up, so that this is inversion, so that all the blood which is accumulated in your feet, because you're all the time sitting and walking, the blood which is there at your feet does not have all the chance to go back up, so you're going to make that blood flow back into your heart, and those stale blood will automatically be replaced with the fresh blood. So these are the 6 different techniques, and I'm going to show you various different asanas along with to implement these 6 different techniques today. If you implement this on daily basis, it is going to change the way you feel, change the way you look, change the way you think as well. So what we are going to do is, before we get into the asanas, what we are going to do is we are going to do some sukshma vyayam. What do you mean by sukshma vyayam? Sukshma vyayam, sukshma by meaning of it means, sukshma means small, minute. So we are going to do some small exercises to open up various different organs in our body, so that there is a right blood circulation, there is right joint movement, there is right muscle movement into your body. And that is what we'll start off today. So are you guys ready for doing this? With this, let me just go back to my mat and let's start doing this one by one as we go along. Okay, so the first, what are the organs that we are going to take care today? We are going to do some neck exercises, we are going to do shoulder exercises, we are going to do the torso exercises, some knee exercises, and the ankle exercises. So these are the 5 different parts that you typically go about stretching in the right manner. So do it along with me. There is nothing great about it. The rest of the asanas will follow a little different methodology. But for this, you can come along with me and do it. So what we are going to do is we are going to start with neck now. And we are going to extend the neck. We are going to move it up and down. We are going to do it 5 times. 2, down, up, down, up, down, Up. Down. Come to the center. What we're going to do is we're going to look on the left hand side and then on the right hand side. So first we'll start with left. Left. Come back to the center. Right. Do it as much as you can. Left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Right. Come back to the center. Now this was with respect to the neck region. I'm sure you would have felt that all the neck related joints are now opened up. There's some circulation, blood circulation happening out there. Even if you are not able to do yoga exercises, make sure that you do this Sukshma Vyayam every day. And that will really improve the blood circulation that you have in various different parts. Next one is going to be our shoulders. And very simple exercises these are. What I'm going to do is I'm going to roll my shoulders clockwise and then anti-clockwise. 5 times clockwise, 5 times anti-clockwise. This way. 2, 3, 4, 5. Anti-clockwise now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, fantastic. Now let's do second exercises for your shoulder. Hands on your side. Make sure that your palms are facing the ground. And I'm going to just raise my hands above my head. That's it. That's all. 1. While raising, I will inhale. While bringing it down, I will exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's go to our torso here, where we have got the maximum fat, abdominal fat out there through our lifestyles. There are a couple of things that we'll quickly do. One is keep a 2-3 feet distance between your feet here. Clasp your wrist from the other hand at the back this way. All we are going to do is we are going to move backwards a little by inhaling. So you inhale, go backwards, and while coming down, you exhale. Go down as much as possible, and let's do this 5 times. So I'll give you a count. 1. While coming back up, inhale. 2. While going down, exhale. 3. 4. 5. Come back straight. The next one that we are going to do is we are going to rotate it. So let me show you once. We are going to do it clockwise and then we are going to do anti-clockwise. Come 2 feet distance between your feet, hands on your waist, and then we are going to move around. This is clockwise. So let's start this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do this anti-clockwise too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we are done with neck, we are done with shoulders, we are done with the torso, along with our waistline. The next part is going to be your knees. So what we're going to do is we're going to get into a half sitting position. What do we mean by half sitting position? It means your knees should not go beyond your toes. So when you bend your knees, it should not go beyond your toes. And how do we do this completely? Keep your hands parallel to the ground and then bend your knees so that they don't go beyond your toes. So this is one. Come back again. Again, do it second time. Third. Fourth. Fifth. That is one exercise for your knees. The second one is bring your feet close together. Again, bend your knees so that they don't go beyond your toes here. Keep your palms on the knees. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate them clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then anti-clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Feel the difference. Feel the difference in all those organs and joints where you actually exercised. They are free. They are pretty much free now. The last one is your ankles out here. What we're going to do is just watch how I'm going to go about doing it. I'm going to stretch them outwards and then bring them inwards. So stretch inwards as well as outwards. So 1, inward, outward, inward. I'm going to do it for the other feet too. Inward, outward, inward. So this was with respect to your ankle. Another way of doing this is keep your feet together and just stand on your toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these were Sukshma Vyayams for various different organs. With these, I'm sure you would have felt a little lighter with all the blood circulation happening throughout your body. Even if you're not able to do asanas or pranayama, make sure that you do this. This is good enough for the entire blood circulation within your body. Now with this, we are going to get into our asanas and pranayams. Before that, if you want to quickly take some breath, catch your breath for say, let's do 3 deep breaths. Sit on your mat. Now, I'm sitting in Sukhasana here. You can sit in Padmasana if you want to, or Vajrasana. But let's do some deep breathing 3 times. Okay. 1, inhale, exhale. We're just relaxing our body after the Sukshma Vyayam. That's all, nothing else. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. The entire idea of yoga is to stretch your body, the asana particular, and then relax them. The relaxation is very important part of yoga asanas. So always make sure that you relax in between your asanas too. There are various different relaxation techniques. I'll show you some at the end of it too. But we'll do some relaxation in between as well as we go along. Relaxation is very important because any body part that you're stretched needs to come back, needs to have that blood flow back, because either you will be compressing that particular body part or you will be extending. So it would be moving away from its normal position as such, due to the extension and compression of it. And that impacts the blood flow supply to that particular organ. So you relax a little bit so that the blood flow becomes normal again, and then you can proceed to the next asana. Many a times we miss this, miss this particular concept, and we do a lot of these asanas one after the other quickly and so on and so forth, and that results in some kind of stress, pain in various different areas. If you follow this, you will not have any kind of a pain at all. In fact, at the end of hour, you will be more energized, more fresher than you were an hour back. So now that you would have been relaxed, what we're going to do is we are going to start with our first asana. And I have selected very simple asanas for you to implement. Sit in any comfortable posture. This is Sukhasana, the way we sit normally at home. Okay. All we are going to do is we are going to do the first asana, which is nothing but extension of our spine. So we are going to extend our spine as much as we can. What I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate to you first. So don't do it. Just look at the demonstration first, and then we'll do it together. So I'm sitting very comfortably out here. I'm going to spread my hands, my palms up, and I'm going to raise my hands above my head. And while raising my hands above my head, I'm going to inhale. And after raising them, I'm going to just touch them together. I'm not going to press. I'm not going to interleave them. I'm not going to stretch. I'm just going to touch them. And in the final position, I'm going to have very normal breathing. Okay. Make sure that you are not unnecessarily touching your ears. Make sure that your neck is not stressed at all. Look at the neck; it's completely free flowing. Okay, and then what you do is that every exhalation in this particular final position, you stretch your hands a little higher. So stretch a little higher, as much as you can. What happens is during the exhalation, the body gives you a leeway to stretch it a little bit and feel that while you're doing that. So in this final position, I inhale. While exhaling, I'm stretching it a little higher. A little higher. As much as you can, as comfortable as you can. If you can't stretch, don't go for it unnecessarily. As much as you can stretch, you stretch. Make sure that you are not unnecessarily pressing those palms. Look at my palms. Unnecessarily pressing those palms tightly against each other. That is not what we are trying to do. Okay. And then once you're done in your final position, stay there for like 5 counts or 3 breaths, 5 breaths. Now, as you practice more, you can stay in this asana for 3 minutes, 5 minutes as well. Now, I've seen people staying in this asana for a very long time. And then come back. Make sure that all your actions are very slow. There is no jerky movements. There is no fast movement anywhere. Now, very important things about all these asanas before we really do it together is there are a few things that you need to keep in mind. First of all, the movements are very slow. Number one. Number two is in the final posture, your attention, your mind has to be on the stretch of the body that you are having. So in this particular scenario, you're stretching your spinal cord, right? So you have to feel that particular stretch in your body. So you have to be aware of it. So awareness has to be brought in of what body part is getting stretched out in your mind. Okay. Number 3 is the breathing technique. Now, every posture, while going into the posture, there is a breathing technique. While coming out of the posture, there is a breathing technique. While you are in the final posture, say in this case, this is the final posture. Typically, the breathing techniques are you breathe as normal as you can. However, while going into the position this way, in this case, this is you're extending your chest, right, by doing this. Are you not? You're extending your chest. So if you're extending your chest, what will you do? Will you exhale? No, right? You will inhale because you're extending your chest. So while you're extending your chest, you're inhaling. And when you bring it down, you're compressing your chest. So you're exhaling. So these are the natural movements of breathing that would happen anyways while extending your chest or extending or compressing your chest in this manner. So number one, it has to be very slow and steady. Number two, in the final posture, you need to have awareness of the body part which is getting stretched. And the third one is you need to have a right breathing techniques, and I'm going to tell you all of them. So, okay, folks, let's get back to your mat again, and let's do it along with me right here. Come to the center. Okay, if you're sat in your Sukhasana, bring your arms to your side. While inhaling, you're going to raise those hands above your head and you're going to just touch them together. This asana is called Paramatasana. And this is called Paramatasana because it sounds or looks like a parvat, this mountain. In this final position, your breathing is going to be very normal. With every exhalation, you're going to extend a little bit. Make sure that you don't extend beyond your capacity. Stay here as much as you want. I'll do a count of 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring back your hands while exhaling onto your sides. I don't know how many of you have noticed. This is a perfect asana to open up both your nostrils. What happens typically is we inhale through one of the nostrils depending upon the time of the day. Okay? And to avoid that, to make sure that we enable the second one too. This is a perfect asana. Paramatasana, the moment you do this, it opens up your second nostril too. And I'm sure many of you have noticed that now you're breathing with both the nostrils. Is it not? Okay, let's do it one more time, guys. Now I'm not going to give you instructions, but you do it on your own. So hands on your sides. Raise them on top of your head by inhaling. Touch the palms together. Normal breathing in the final posture. Every exhalation, stretch a little bit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to the normal position. Drop your hands by your sides by exhaling and sit back. So this was, folks, Paramatasana for you. If you feel that you're a little tired, then you can get into a Vishwamasan. Vishwamasan is very simple. If you stretch your feet ahead and just put your hands at the back in this fashion, I'll show you what this is. You just drop your head on one of the sides. Now this is called your resting asana while you're sitting. So you are relaxing. This is a relaxation technique for resting your body after asanas or in between the asanas. Take a couple of deep breaths there. 1, 2. Now you are ready for the next asana. Now let's do the next asana. So we did an extension with Paramatasana. Now let's do a forward bending asana. That you bend forward. And I'm sure you have not heard or seen this asana much, on the TV or anywhere else. It is called Yoga Mudrasana, and it's a very, very powerful technique for complete body massaging, actually. And I'm going to teach you this today. It's very simple technique again, but very, very impactful, not only as a forward bend, but also as a full body technique. What we are going to do is very simple. We are going to again clasp our wrist, okay, of one hand at the back. So I'm going to do this at the back here, right here. Let me show you how. Here. And after doing this, I'm going to take a deep breath, okay, and I'm going to exhale while going down on the left side. And I'm going to touch my nose to my left. Okay. And I'll give you instructions. Don't do it, just have a look at it, how exactly I go about doing it. So I'm taking a deep breath here. I'm twisting a little bit on the left hand side as much as possible. And I'm going to go down towards my left knee here. Watch me do. Okay, it is quite possible that you will not be able to go and touch directly. It's perfectly fine. Go as much as you can. Okay, in the final posture, you drop your hands too. So what you're going to do by dropping your hands is you're going to make gravity pull you down towards your knee. So every exhalation, you'll see that by gravity you're automatically going down. Automatically you're going down. Automatically you're going down. Go down as much as you can, and then touch your nose or whatever that you can to your knees. Stay there as much as you like. It's a very comfortable asana as such. And while coming back, obviously you're extending your lungs again. So you will inhale. While going down, you exhale. While coming back up, you will inhale. Same thing I'm going to do on the right hand side too. I'll change the position here. Let me show you from the front. So I'm going to take a deep breath, twist to the right, and go down slowly while exhaling. In the final position, I'm going to drop both my hands. And with every exhalation, I'm going to go a little lower because of the gravity. A little lower. Where is your awareness? Your awareness is on the various body parts in your abdomen, which are getting massaged and toned because of this posture. Inhale and come back. The third one is going to be in the front. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing. Inhale and then move forward in the front. Not to the left, not to the right, right in the center. Go down as much as you can. Now, what is that you need to keep in mind? Make sure that you are not in Ardha Padmasana. Ardha Padmasana is only one leg. Okay, either you are in full Padmasana or you're in Sukhasana. Ardha Padmasana means only one feet will come up here, this way. And when you go down, this will get pressed more than this one because there is no full Padmasana here. So avoid that. Either you do a normal Sukhasana where both the legs are similar, the same configuration if you want to, and then you do it in that fashion or you do it in a full Padmasana fashion. That is also fine. So let's do this once again. I'm sure you have understood this. It's a very simple asana, very powerful asana. This asana is given the name called Yoga Mudrasana just to indicate and denote that this is the asana of yoga that one should perform. And secondly, it has also got a forward bending posture too. Okay, so let's do this. We're going to clasp our wrist by the second hand, other hand at the back, move it at the back. Okay, at the center, we are going to take deep breath, twist a little bit to the left hand side, and drop ourselves slowly by exhaling on the left thigh, trying to touch our nose to the left knee. In the final posture, we are going to drop both of our hands. We are going to take the help of gravity to go down with every exhalation as much as we can. Even if you can't touch your knee, that is perfectly fine. You can just stay to the maximum possible extent in this particular posture. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. While coming back, we'll inhale. My machine got locked. Just give me a sec to unlock the machine. Let's do this for the second side, right hand side too. Thank you. Again, clasping your wrist by the other hand. Deep breath, twist to the right, go down slowly as much as you can. In the final posture, you're going to drop your hands, do normal breathing. With every exhalation, you're going to push yourself a little further down. Stay in this posture as much as you can. I'm going to give you a count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. With inhalation, come back up slowly. So you have massaged your left side organs, you have massaged your right side organs. Now let's massage the center organs too. Both upper abdomen as well as lower abdomen. Now let's do this at the center. Deep breath. Move forward at the center as much as you can. You don't overdo it. If you can go only till this extent, this is perfectly fine. There is no problem with this. Those people who can go down further. There will be some people who will be able to touch the ground. That is perfectly fine. Those people who are not able to touch the ground, that is also perfectly fine. Every exhalation in the final posture, push down yourself down a little bit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale and come back up. So this was Yoga Mudrasana, very important asana in Yogasanas. So we are done. The first one was the extension. Second one was the forward bending. But the third one, what we'll do is we'll do a twist. So we're going to twist our spine to the left and right. And I'm going to show you a variation of a Vakrasana because it is very easy, very simple to do, and very effective too. So very simple. I'm going to show you through two angles. First one, let me show you the front side of it. You're going to sit the way you're sitting. See, I'm not telling you to sit in Paramatasana. I'm not telling you to sit in Vajrasana. It is not necessary at all. If you can do it, please go ahead and do it. A normal, simple way of sitting down is good enough for all these asanas. What we are going to do is we are going to start with twisting. We'll twist on the left hand side first and then on the right hand side. Right? So how do we go about doing it? So you're going to put your left hand at the back here, and then you're going to put your right hand on top of your knee, left knee, and you're going to twist yourself as much as you can. You're going to move your neck backwards, stretch it backwards, and make sure that you put pressure from your right hand on your knee so that you can twist this particular area. You can see that particular twist. You can feel it in your abdomen right here when you do that twist. You'll feel it here on the sides. You'll feel it right at the center. You'll feel on the other side too. Have a feel. That's the awareness that we want as part of the asana. So left hand at the back, right hand on the knee, and I'm going to twist this session. keep your back straight as much as possible. Let me show you from the other end. Here, I will put my hand, left hand here, right hand on my left knee, and twist as much as I can. Enough. While twisting, I'm going to exit because I'm going to compress one of my lungs here. Okay, so I'm going to exit. And in the final position, do normal breathing as your lungs allow. Because this will be very normal breathing as you're in the final posture. While coming back to the normal posture in the center, you will inhale. So while going into the posture, you are going to exhale. While coming back to the normal posture, you are going to inhale. And when you are in the posture, you are going to do normal breathing. Okay. Let's do this on the other side. Let me show you on the right hand side. So right hand going back, left hand on my right knee, I twist it. Let me check it. Simple, extremely simple. Now let's do this together. Sit down on your mat. Come on. Let's start from the left hand side. Take your left hand, put it at the back, at your center of your back. Right hand on your knee, left knee. While twisting, exhale. Look back as much as you can. Do as much twist as you can. Final posture, normal breathing. While coming back, inhale. Now let's do this on the other side. So that's one round that you guys are done. Let's do another round. This time I'm not going to give you instructions. Go ahead and do it. And I will perform it along with you, but I'm not going to give you instructions. Fine. Feeling great. We've done the extension, we've done the forward bending, and now we are done the twist too. Now let's do the backward bend. Now for backward bending, what we're going to do is I'm going to teach you Bhujangasana. Bhujangasana is nothing but Bhujanga means snake. And there are 3 techniques to do Bhujangasana. And out of that, as a simple technique, there is only one simple technique in that. In fact, all are simple if you really practice. But very simple technique I'll show you, which you can practice, which will give you a very nice backward bend. Right? A backward bend which will give stretch your lower back very nicely. So for that, you have to lie down on the abdomen. Don't do it, we'll do it together. Let me first demonstrate it to you appropriately. So I'm going to lie down on my mat, on my abdomen. Right? I'm going to touch my chin to the mat. My feet are going to be together. And then I'm going to lift my head as much as I can. And then I'm going to rest on my arms. I'm going to give a very nice backward bend stretch to my lower back. I'm going to look up so that my stretch is even sharper out there. It's the easiest way to give a backward bend to your body. Extremely easiest way. All these asanas are stretching your back, abdomen, massaging all your organs, toning them up, increasing blood flow to to those various organs around it. Okay, stay in this position as much as you like. Now there are a few variations of here. Here we are taking the rest of our arm right here. To do this, I may remove this, and I simply go into this backward bend by putting a lot of pressure on my lower back. Now, those people who have lower back problems don't do this, because all I'm doing is I'm just using my core muscles to lift myself up. So I don't have any support here. If you want, you can take a little support of your hands, little support. Okay, but somebody who has got very good core can do this kind of asana. The third variation is that we do as part of Surya Namaskar. It's lifting your body completely. This is the third variation of that. So we are not going to do these last two variations. We're going to do this variation, a simple variation, which is also very effective for your lower back. So I hope this was very clear for you guys. So get back onto your mats, lie on your abdomen, and I'll give you instructions. Let's do it together. So on your abdomen, feet together. Okay. Touch your forehead on the mat. Hands by your side. You're going to lift your head upwards, and while doing that, adjust your arms appropriately and look upwards to give you a very good stretch of your lower back. Stay in this particular position as much as you are comfortable. However, I will give you a count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the asana slowly. Come back to the normal position. Now here I am going to show you another relaxation asana, which is called Makrasana. Okay. For that, I'm going to stretch both my feet. Keep a 1.5, 2 feet distance between the two. Arms above each other here. I'm just going to put my cheek, one of the cheek on top of my thumbs and rest. This is a resting relaxation asana. Rest there for 5 to 10 seconds. To normal breathing. Okay. Now let's do this Bhujangasana once again, folks. Back, feet together, forehead on the mat. Bring up your front body, look upwards, put the pressure on your arms. Feel the entire stretch. Normal breathing in the final posture. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale and come back to the original position. Fantastic. Now let's move on to the next asana here. We've done 4, which did extension, forward bending, twist, backward bending. Now the 5th one is going to be a standing asana. So let's stand. So we have to give a lateral bend to our spine, right? Now for this lateral bend, I am going to teach you a variation of Konasana. Again, a very simple technique. What lateral means this way, right? Which means moving your body in this fashion, laterally. Right? I hope you understand the lateral movement of the body. Now, this is how we're going to do it. We're doing a Konasana. Konasana means angle, right? Which means having an angle, either 120 degrees on the left or 120 degrees on the right. Or you can go even further. You can go even to 90 degrees if you can. No, but I'll show you 120 degrees as much as you can. Very easy asana again. You start from the left hand side here. We just adjust this a little. Okay. Right hand on your waist. Left hand kept loose. A 6-inch difference between your feet. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to just drop my left hand side as much as I can to the gravity. So I'm allowing gravity to work on my left hand lateral side. And while doing that, I'm going to lift my right hand and bring it at the top of my thoracic cavity, top of my chest, lateral. So this is lateral movement on the left hand side. But you can feel both sides. You can feel the pressure on the left love handle as well as on the right love handle. Go down as much as you can. Don't overstretch. Come back to the normal position. We'll do the same thing on the right hand side. Let me show you. We'll do it together later. I'm going to bend on the right hand side as much as I can. Okay, so this is the final position that I get into. I'm going to slide my left hand to the top of my thoracic cavity and stretch both this side as well as this side. So what should be our breathing techniques here? So we are compressing one lung while going down right here. So while going down, we are going to exhale. In the final position, we are going to have normal breathing as the normal means, whatever that normal means in that particular final one. And then while coming back into the normal position, we are going to inhale. Right? So let's do this together, folks. Again, a very simple technique, very effective technique. Again, this is called Konasana. Okay. 6 feet difference between your feet. Stand straight. Don't bend unnecessarily forward. Don't bend unnecessarily backwards. Straight. When somebody says stand straight or sit straight, it means your back, neck, and head has to be in one straight line. Keep that in mind always. All meditations, asanas, they have to have all these 3 things in a straight line because the energy has to travel through that channel. Okay. Same thing is true with all asanas too. Now let's start with the left hand side. Right hand on your waist. Left hand, you're going to drop as much as you can. Make sure that you're not unnecessarily forward bending or not unnecessarily backward bending. You're giving a proper lateral stretch. Firmly, both the feet has to be on the ground. And let this hand go down as much as it can with each exhalation due to gravity, because there is gravity acting here, right? So the gravity will pull this down as much as it can. In this posture, move your right hand to the top of your thoracic cavity. Feel the stretch on the left hand side as well as on the right hand side. Bring back your right hand to the waist. Come back to the normal position by inhaling. Okay. Now let's do it on the right hand side. Left hand on the waist. I'm dropping my left hand while exhaling. So exhaling and I'm going down. In this position, I'm doing very normal breathing. Every normal breath exhalation, I'm trying to go a little further down, a little further. I'm feeling a stretch on both my lower handles out here. In this position, I am going to move my left hand on the top of the thoracic cavity. Normal breathing. Bring back your left hand onto the waist. Inhale and come back to the normal position. So it's a very simple technique. Come on, guys. Next round, do it on your own. I'll not give you instructions, but I'll demonstrate to you while I do it, while we do it together. Okay, fantastic. So we have done 5 different asanas now, and I'm just doing a time check. We are already 11:15. I'm going to show you a last asana, which is an inversion, which is again a very simple asana. For that, I would like you to lie down on your back. Bend your knees and straighten your legs in this fashion. So if you are not able to do that, you can catch your inner thighs through your hands in this fashion. Now left, lift other one too in this fashion. If you are not able to keep it, maintain it straight, you can use a helping hand too in this fashion. This is the immersion because now the blood is flowing from the right from the toes back to your heart. There are some interesting asanas beyond this as well, which is called Viprit Karni and Sarvangasana and then Shirshasana. But this is the base of all those asanas. If you do this, this is also going to be very effective, both from the blood circulation perspective as well as from your abdomen perspective. Bring it down. So let's do it together, folks. Bend your knees, straighten your left leg, catch it from your left hand if you want to. Do the same thing for the other leg, catch from your right hand. In the final posture, keep your breathing normal as much as you can. I'm going to give you a count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly bend your knees. Come back to the original position. Very easy technique. Let's do this, guys. One more round. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. So these are the 6 different techniques that you can actually imbibe in your daily schedule to do this. There are 2 more techniques that I want to teach you, which are with respect to pranayama that you should imbibe in your daily life. The first one is going to be a full yogic breath, and I'll explain you what is a yogic breath. Before that, let's take a quick deep breathing and relaxation so that we bring back our breath to normal. let's do 3 deep breathings, and I'll show you how that deep breathing is different than the yogic breathing, and you will realize how you should go about doing this rhythmic breathing later. 3 deep breaths. Okay. So full yogic breathing, there are 3 different parts in which we breathe typically. So while we have just one lungs, the lungs are divided into 3 pieces, 3 parts. The lowermost part, the middle part, and the top part. The lowermost part is called, when you breathe from the lowermost part, it's called abdominal breathing. The center part is called thoracic breathing, and the upper part is called clavicular breathing or collarbone breathing. And many a times we simply breathe through the thoracic part, or we hardly breathe, or hardly use our lungs for breathing. So it is necessary to do a full breathing exercise to leverage all parts of your lungs appropriately. Now, this is very important in this scenario, COVID scenario, also to have right kind of breathing that for everybody. For that, I'm going to show you some techniques. First is abdominal breathing. Now, when I'm showing you all of this, please compare with the deep breathing that you have done. Everybody would have done a variety of different kinds of deep breathing. Okay, and I'll show you how exactly a full yogic breathing needs to be done. So I'll start with abdomen. So if you see, I'm only doing abdominal breathing, which means my abdomen is moving up and down, up and down. This called. So when I take a breath, the breath is going straight into my abdominal breathing. Here, nothing else is moving. You can also sit and try that. You're doing abdominal breathing, just moving your abdomen up and down. Nothing else is moving. And do an equal breathing. When I say equal breathing, it means the time taken for inhalation is equal to time taken for exhalation. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. The second one is the thoracic breathing out here. This is the thoracic part. And we are going to just do thoracic breathing, which means just expanding your thoracic cavity. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So you understood how the abdomen breathing was looking like. Now you understood how the thoracic breathing is looking like. Now you'll see how the clavicular, the collarbone breathing looks like. Now this is the piece of lungs which is least used by us, by any human body. So we actually exercise that to make sure that that also works very well for us. So when you inhale, you're going to inhale from this part, okay, of your lungs. So I'll show you. If you just put your hands on your clavicular bone or collarbone, clavicular region, you'll see your hand moving up and down. So we are consciously making sure that we are using the clavicular lungs and the corresponding muscles around it to do this kind of breathing. Okay. Now you did abdominal breathing, thoracic breathing, clavicular breathing. Now we'll do all 3 together. And how do you do all 3 together? We'll first do the abdominal breathing in one go. Okay. Then we'll breathe through thoracic region, then the clavicular region. This is inhalation. Exhalation, clavicular region first, then thoracic, then abdomen. So I'll show you how to go about doing it. You can do it together. One more round. Slowly. So how slowly we can do deep breathing and how slowly we can inhale and how slowly we can exhale. So this is called full yogic breathing. Do this 5 to 10 times in the morning. You're all set throughout the day. As far as breathing becomes concerned. Okay. The second last one that I have today for you is going to be Anulom Vilom. Now, Anulom Vilom is practiced by a lot of people with Kumbhak. Kumbhak means retention of breath. For your benefits, you do not need Kumbhak. You don't need to retain breath anywhere. So we are going to do normal breathing and normal inhalation, normal exhalation. Anulom Vilom is also called alternate nostril breathing. For that, what we're going to do is we're going to go into Nasik Mudra. Nasik these two fingers for your left nostril. And the thumb on your right nostril. Right.
Grecho,
Yes, ma'am.
I think sir's connection is lost. Is he there in the meeting?
No.
Ah,
Maybe.
okay. I think I then have to call him. Just a minute. Huh?
Yes.
He's having some network issues. He is joining shortly. Grecho, is sir able to join? Just check.
Yeah. He is in the meeting.
Sorry, guys. Can you hear me? There was a network disconnect from my side.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the last one that I'm going to show you. Anulom Vilom. Please get together. So we are going to inhale from the left nostril, as I was saying, and then exhale from the right, and then do the same thing from the right nostril. We are going to inhale and exhale from the left. So do it together. Let's do it together, guys. Do 3 rounds of it. I hope I'm visible to you. So this is all that we had today, folks. I thank the entire Don Bosco team for giving me a chance for conducting this session for you all. I'm very happy. I'm sure you would have felt much calmer. Please imbibe this in your daily practice for 15-20 minutes. All these simple techniques that will go a very long way in managing stress for you guys to and ease your life with the yoga way of doing things.
Definitely, sir. Thank you very much. So, on behalf of Don Bosco Institute of Technology and Don Bosco College, would like to take this opportunity to thank our speaker for today, Mr. Atul Gandre, who is also an advisor for computer department, for accepting our invitation. We extend our sincere gratitude towards your contribution for this webinar, sir, which is Ease Yourself with Yoga. We truly appreciate your commendable efforts in making us understand each posture of useful yoga asanas, which we could practice in our daily life. It is really useful and very much required for our healthy being. Hope to have such more fruitful sessions ahead, sir. I also spread my most sincere thanks to all the dignitaries, Reverend Father Mario Vaz, the Executive Director, Don Bosco College Principal Dr. Parvati, DBIT Principal Dr. Prasanna Nambiar, all the HODs and deans for their constant encouragement and cooperation to have such events for our faculty members as well as students. Further, my special thanks to Grejo and Hayden for their amazing role in helping us stream this event on YouTube. I would also like to thank Saloni, who made this beautiful poster, which was shared for the webinar. Let me also give my special thanks to our HOD, Ms. Sana Sheikh, for helping me out to organize this webinar and making this program a successful event. We would like to thank our computer engineering department for providing this medium of event using their Zoom account. A big thanks to all the participants for joining us together. Once again, thank you all. I request all the participants to put on their video so that we can have a snapshot of it. I also request everyone to fill the feedback form, which has been shared with you in the chat box and also will be shared shortly on your WhatsApp group. Can we have all the cameras on, please? Sana ma'am,
Yeah, Sejal.
you would be taking the snapshot.
Yes.
Parvati ma'am, I request all the teachers to put on their cameras on.
We are done, Sejal.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you
all.
very
Thank
much,
you all.
ma'am. Thank you all. Stay home, stay safe. Thanks a lot for joining, sir.